Hello, everybody. We are just cemetery exploring today because it's a beautiful day. And we are in Central Florida right now. And this is a little cemetery that I just kind of came across on the side of the road. Not a whole lot of information on it, but a lot of these backwoods cemeteries are pretty interesting. And a lot of them look like, aside from, being fairly manicured, it looks like nobody's been here for quite some time. You can see a lot of these fences are not in the greatest of condition. This is the first time I've ever done one of these streams vertically, so hopefully this looks all right. Trevin, how you doing? I know I've been promising more streams, and I have failed on my promise for the last few months. But now that things are settled, I'm going to try to start making good on that promise. So we're just on a little cemetery excursion today. Caleros, how you doing? Brooklyn, Christina, how's it going, guys? Stacy, hello. Yeah, we're just kind of checking things out today. Now, if you notice, in a lot of the cemeteries there, I'm noticing a lot of these fences are pretty badly damaged. And it doesn't look like anything in these places ever really get fixed. This is called Evergreen Cemetery. It's in Marion County, Florida. There's kind of a lone grave over here. There's nothing else around this one. Maybe that shows up better on camera. It looks like W.Q. Jones. It says aged about 50 years. And then here's this. Looks like an old tomb of some type. Not labeled. Doesn't appear to be marked. Yeah, I've heard that about Canada lately. Try to adjust the gimbal here, give you a little bit better view. I'm new with the vertical streaming, and I have a new gimbal here, so hopefully it doesn't flop out and throw my phone across the cemetery here. Getting close, although it's really been slowing down about the last week. YouTube sent me a notification to please try doing a live stream vertically. And I feel like in some way they're kind of holding me hostage unless I do that. But I like seeing you guys. And it's been a minute. There's a lizard climbing on this tree somewhere. See if we can find him. They're quick, and they have a tendency of sometimes jumping on you if you get too close. Kind of creepy, but kind of fun. Yeah, it is a beautiful place. I drove by here about a week ago, and I thought to myself, I really need to come and show you guys this, because this is different. It's unique, and it seems like one of those kind of places that nobody ever comes to. This one looks like it's broken in several pieces. kind of sad to see when beautiful cemeteries like this fall apart. Jerry Butler. I'm not sure if I've heard that yet. Now, I did do a little bit of research on the place before I came here, and it's kind of off the beaten path, but there is one interesting name here. I mean, I'm sure a lot of these people were interesting in their time, but Cosmos, what's going on? Let's see if I can get this on here. Elizabeth Drew, wife of John Crutchfield, 1828 to 1903. Life would have really been different back then, wouldn't it have? Now here's a question for you. Would you rather live in the time that you do now, with all the technology and everything being the way that it is, or would you go back in any other period of time? Poses kind of an interesting question. This one says, sacred to the memory of my daughter, Alice Koss, age 36 years. Now, I think I would like that too, for the most part. I don't think I could live very well without indoor plumbing. Captain Samuel D. McConnell. He's a Confederate soldier. There are quite a few Confederate flags here in this cemetery. 1890s, that would be cool. Yeah, learning stuff about the past, that would be pretty cool. See, this is the fun part about when you're live, is stuff like this usually gets edited out. There's a train rolling by right behind the cemetery here. 1830s would be cool. Just right after Prohibition. See what things would have been like back then. That would have been pretty neat. New Zealand. Hey, Jay. How you guys all doing today? Just out. All right, you're moving past. We get the point. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is still in pretty good condition given the age, but it's very obvious that not a lot of visitors come to this cemetery. Probably not a lot of families still alive from the people laid to rest here. That's kind of interesting. If you can read that one here in the middle, sacred to the memory of James Knox Polk. And then his last name was McIntosh. James Knox Polk, same name as the president. Departed this life 20th of October of 1854. So if you put this into perspective, like this guy here had already passed away before the Civil War even started. Anyone famous here? It depends on your definition of famous. I'm going to take you over here. I'm actually looking for the spot right now. There is one interesting name here, and I'm looking for him. But as you can see, there's a lot of people here that served in the Civil War, obviously because this is the South. A lot of Confederate flags. This one here, I've never seen anything like this. If you can see this, try to zoom in here if I can. This one says, fell asleep December 27th, 1924. I've never seen that worded that way. Fell asleep. I like that. That's clever. You have to appreciate the name on this one. You just never know what you're going to find. Yeah, this one here says fell asleep too. I love that. Now I think I found the one that... Oh, does it? Yeah, I've never seen that one. The Woodsman of the World. I think there were some of those here. I know there's a cemetery not too far away here where there's a lot of those. Okay, I think this is the one. Yeah, here we go. Let's see if you can see this one. This is Robert Bullock. Now, if that name doesn't sound familiar, he was a brigadier general in the Confederate Army in the Civil War. A pretty well-known guy down in this area. He lived not too far away. He had a house about, I would say probably about 10 miles from here. He lived pretty close to where the Ma Barker shootout happened, which we'll be doing on the channel before too long too, visiting that house and a lot of other stuff. I have a lot of videos that still need to be edited. And I had an issue that happened during the move where I backed up all of my old videos on hard drives, on external hard drives, and a lot of the video footage from videos that I had not completed yet. One of them crashed and I lost the footage. So I'm hoping to be able to get that back. If I can't, that would kind of suck, but I can always go back and refilm it next time I'm up in the Midwest. But yeah, that's kind of the downside of what happens when you film more stuff than you actually put out at any given time. But this one's Sumter A. Bullock. It says eldest son of Robert and Amanda. We have Amanda over here. She lived to 1904, Robert to 1905. And it says here, inscribed by the Marion Dragoons, Chapter 2311, Florida Division, United Daughters of the Confederacy, April 23rd, 1977. This is a lot newer stone, so it kind of makes you wonder what the stone looked like before this, or if he had one. Pretty interesting. This is one thing I'll never get tired of looking at. But the history is a lot different down here than what I'm used to. The cemeteries are very much more historic, older, to some degree a little less well kept. But pretty fascinating. George S. Campbell. From Derbyshire, England, 1848 to 1895. Yep, UK. Oh, I've already figured that. The goal is to hopefully not be here during the hottest part of the year. And realistically, I'm not sure if I'm going to be here for 6 months, if I'm going to be here for a year, if I'm going to be here longer. I honestly don't know. Sometimes when it comes to work, you just never really know. Oh, this one's a lot newer, but this is really cool. Easily. That is really nice. Louisiana, soon enough. I'm actually compiling a list of places to check out in Louisiana. So before long. Good, how you doing? Welcome. I'm doing kind of a rare live stream today, and hopefully it won't be rare forever. I'm going to try to get better about doing lives every once in a while here. The UK is fun. Absolutely. Today's a good day. Can't complain. It was one of those kind of days that it was a little hard to focus on the computer at home. So it was one of those kind of days you just have to get out and film. Yeah, I'd love to go see Jim Morrison. That would be cool. Now these ones here make me kind of sad. I showed it at the beginning of the stream, but there's quite a few people on that haven't seen this yet. But when you talk about how some cemeteries are kept up versus others, it's obvious that somebody comes in here and mows and all that kind of stuff. But in terms of fixing fences and things like that, it doesn't seem like that ever gets done. Now these are kind of fascinating too. And there's something fun being able to do this live in the moment and together. So thank you guys for signing on. Carolina Susan Moody Merle, 1863 to 1905. It's kind of an interesting one. But I will try to do more lives coming up, and not just from cemeteries either. We're going to try to, well, I don't want to give any spoilers, but we will be going back to LA very soon. Hopefully Louisiana for some things soon. I'm hoping to get to Washington, D.C. and show you some things there, maybe by the end of summer. I really haven't worked too much on the travel schedule yet because, you know, I'm still kind of unpacking boxes and everything from the last move. But there's going to be a lot of cool stuff coming up. Thank you, Cosmos. Yeah, weather's great here. Sorry it's cold there. It's been cold here, at least by Florida standards. Today's the first day that's warmed up enough to really wander out. Now, I used to look at people that live down here and thought that they were kind of crazy when they'd say that 60 feels freezing cold, but it actually kind of does. The way that the wind hits you, and it can get kind of brutal. Keeps messing up. That might be my hotspot. Hopefully it's not too bad to where you can't hear it. I will continue to improve my live stream setup here. But yeah, that's about all that there is for today. But thanks for signing on, those of you that did, those of you that didn't, and those of you that did. Stay tuned because I'm going to pop up and try to do more live streams randomly. And if I know that I'm going to do one ahead of time, I'll give you a heads up on the community tab also. But thank you guys. I appreciate you signing on. Sandra, photography and film. Thanks, Cosmos. Christina. Have a good day, everybody.